I just watched SoretaYuki's video, Why Do I Fight? And I saw a few other responses to his video where other people have come out and said why they fight. And I felt like doing it myself. But then I realized that I had already been thinking about why I fight for a completely different reason. Not for expression of unity with other YouTube atheists and champions of the oppressed. No, the reason why I was thinking about telling people why I fight is because about a month ago, a friend of mine who is a servant and follower of Christ decided to mock my YouTube activism by making a video asking why I would fight against something that I don't believe exists in a very derisive way. And I'm going to show you all his video, and then I'm going to respond to it. But this is Why Do I Fight Against Unicornism?
T-Master 1978 here. I have this idea. I've been thinking a lot about unicorns lately, and I do not believe that unicorns exist. I do not believe that unicorns ever existed. Like, I just don't believe it at all. Like, not even 1% that unicorns exist or have ever existed. With that said, I am going to be starting a new channel, and basically the new channel is going to be all about unicorns. At least, like, 90% of what I talk about in the videos I do are going to be all about unicorns. Even though, I don't believe that unicorns exist or have ever existed, I'm still going to go ahead and create this channel and devote, most of my time to unicorns. Does that sound reasonable and rational? So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Thanks.
I'd like to begin by making it very clear that every time I'm about to talk about unicornism, I really do mean religion, because I'm not afraid to speak out against religion. I fight against unicornisms because unicornisms can't adapt to a changing world, and they cause oppression wherever they go because they're given more respect than they deserve as mythical fantasies. Different unicornisms have a very big problem agreeing as to which unicornism is the one true unicornism. Pink or invisible. Or invisible pink. And this creates a lot of division within my world. I fight against unicornisms because they often have conflicting and contradictory tenets that evil men use to back up their evil actions with a scriptural basis for approval, no matter what evils they are committing in the name of their unicornism. I even fight against moderate unicornism because It provides the very foundation for extremist terrorist unicornists to thrive and hide. But whenever extremist terrorist unicornists carry out evil acts upon the world, moderate unicornists pretend like those unicornists never were a part of their unicornism, in an attempt to absolve themselves from the guilt for the actions that are easily attributable to the teaching of unicornism. I fight against unicornism because it can amount to child abuse whenever unicornist children are terrorized with threats of punishment by drowning in a boiling magical lake by the evil fuchsia rhinoceros. I fight against the teaching of unicornism because it can amount to child abuse whenever unicornist children are taught extreme guilt about normal sexual functions. I fight against the teaching of unicornism because it can amount to child abuse when unicornist children have the tips of their unicorn horns cut off or mutilated. I fight against the teaching of unicornism because it can amount to child abuse when unicornist children are trained from birth to disrespect science and reason in favor of fantasy and blind faith. I fight against the teaching of unicornism because it can amount to child abuse when unicornist children are so indoctrinated that they are deprived of their own choice as to whether their unicornism is right for them. I fight against unicornism because it can amount to child abuse when unicornist children are given exorcornisms in place of adequate medical and mental health care. I fight against unicornism because it can amount to child abuse when children are sold into arranged marriages. I fight against unicornism because it's often inherently bigoted towards homosexuals and those of different skin colors that aren't the same ones that are depicted by the color of the unicorn idols of that particular unicornism. I fight against unicornism because unicornism and misogyny are often correlatable beliefs, and many times there's a scriptural basis in the unicornism for the oppression of unicornist women. I fight against unicornism because it often promotes wars to further unicornist goals. I fight against unicornism because unicornists often censor ideas conflicting with their own, and they suppress the expression of people who don't follow their unicornist mentalities by suppressing art and literature. I fight against unicornism because unicorn dominionists seek to make their unicornism the state-sponsored and officially enforced unicornism. And in many nations where unicornists have succeeded in doing so, the denizens of that unicorn state suffer the consequences of unicornist tyranny and oppression. Finally, I fight against unicornism because unicornism suppresses scientific advances that would further the understanding of the unicorn verse, and advancements that would make better standards of living for all people regardless of their favorite color of unicorns. For all of these things, I think that it's more than reasonable to fight against unicornism. In fact, I believe it's the most important thing to fight against, to help create a better reality for human beings in the future.